All right, guys, we are still working through the understanding complex sentences practice in no red ink. We're about 50% of the way through if you've been following along. You know that we've worked through this entire first section and we are down to the last 4 sections of this practice. We're going to go ahead and start punctuating SWABIs at the beginning of a sentence. So we're only going to be punctuating at the beginning of the sentence. So we're going to hit practice and Ms. Rivers is going to walk you through this lesson. For every single one of these sentences, the SWABI is going to be the first word in the sentence. It is up to you to determine where the comma goes. You're given the choice between a comma, a period, and a semicolon. We're only focusing on using commas, so you're not going to focus on the period and you're not going to focus on the semicolon. What you're going to do is you're going to understand that the first word of this sentence and of every sentence in this practice is going to be your subordinating conjunction or your SWABI. So what you're going to do is you're going to acknowledge that's your subordinating conjunction, and then you're going to move over here and you're going to pretend this word right here just doesn't exist for right now, okay? You're going to pretend Hagrid is the first word of this sentence. So we're going to say Hagrid starts a game of chess. When I get to the end of the complete sentence, I am going to stop. If I'm not sure that I'm at the end of the complete sentence, I'm going to read the rest of it. Hagrid starts a game of chess. He likes to stare down his opponent. I feel like I'm missing something right here. There should be a conjunction or something right here bringing these two independent clauses together. It should say something like Hagrid starts a game of chess and he likes to stare down his opponent, but I don't see a fanboy there. I don't see anything there. So that's when I'm going to bring into light or remind myself that I have this subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, and it's going to alter the sentence meaning. Before Hagrid starts a game of chess, before Hagrid starts a game of chess, he likes to stare down his opponent. This word before indicates to me that this is a dependent clause because the first part of this sentence is going to rely on the second part of this sentence for more information. I am going to put the comma at the end of the dependent clause. If you're like, Ms. Rivers, I really don't understand where the end of the dependent clause is, remember, just pretend this subordinating conjunction, this SWABI, is not here, and ask yourself, where does this first independent clause end? So Hagrid starts a game of chess. He likes to stare down his opponent. When I get to this word he, I feel like we're starting a complete new thought. So I might say he likes to stare down his opponent. Yep, this is a sentence in and of itself. Hagrid starts a game of chess, sentence all on its own. So you're going to be putting the comma at the end of the dependent clause, okay? So I'm going to hit my submit answer button and I'm going to be correct. Again, I see my SWABI at the very beginning of the sentence. Since R2D2 school bus was out of service, he had to walk 2 miles. We're not doing semicolons or periods, we're just doing commas. Since R2D2 school bus was out of service, well, what happened because it was out of service? He had to walk 2 miles. That is my answer. Whenever Sauron's friends baked cookies, they ate the entire batch in one sitting. Okay, whenever Sauron's friends baked cookies, okay, well, what happened whenever they baked cookies? They ate the entire batch in one sitting. So this right here is a complete independent clause, and it gives meaning. It helps me understand this dependent clause up here. I need a comma. I'm going to hit submit answer. This section might be a little tricky, especially if you can't figure out where the dependent clause ends and where the second clause begins, the independent clause begins. But you just need to practice with it, and you need to make sure you're reading these sentences aloud to yourself, especially when you're familiarizing yourself with this concept. So do a couple of practice questions. If you're still having issues with this, make sure you come see me. Rewatch the tutorial right here if it helps you. But for the most part, you guys should be good to go with this one.